What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action, spawning in the red color, playing as Kronos. His name is Magic. His opponent today, in the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is Ulysses. Ulysses the Great, Ulysses the Wise versus Magic the Legend. Magic with the closest caribou to a town center start I think I've ever seen. I honestly reckon with this spawn, you can probably get like a 355 hunting dogs advance here. Wild. Anyways, Magic on the Kronos. This game was recommended to me by none other than Chrono JJ. So in his honor, we will cast this one for him. But Magic, he's in full form in this game. Kronos versus Ra on patch 6.0. This is the Kronos who's got some extra shenanigans up his sleeve. A little bit stronger Kronos with the faster speeded myth units. So there's lots of opportunities here for Kronos to do fun things. So Kronos now has got access to a 5.04 speed Leto automaton. It's got access to a 4.5 speed satyr and a 3.6 speed behemoth now. That's up from much lower than that. So you get a lot of advantages where that's concerned. But we'll see how it's going to go. Magic's still chopping down his trees over here. He's not going for a 4-minute advance time, but he is sending the oracles forward at this point. Magic probably not aware of the kind of crazy fast Oracle hero shenanigans that Kronos players have been doing recently, but in all honesty, on a map like Tundra, aggressive plays don't really work. Now, why don't they work on Tundra? And this is something that it's taken me, I don't know how many games to work this out, but Tundra spawns with 2 packs of hunt in your main base, which means you're in your main base until about 6 minutes into the game. So long as you advance fast enough to be able to get like your Pharaoh bonus damage out, any sort of rushes here that hit the classic like 4 minutes, they don't really matter because like a 4:30 or 4:45, even a 5-minute advance time here from a Ra player should be able to defend most of what the Kronos is going to do. So Magic has to think about other opportunities here, other strategies to go for. As you can see, look at the resources. He is going for the 4-minute advance, but he decided to go into this Auroch instead. That's going to slow him down to 4 minutes. His temple is a little bit late here as well as he advances through. So he's going for a fast advance, but we'll see how things are going to go. Promethean is the god of choice. Prometheus had an ever slight nerf for Kronos. So Kronos is used to having a 6.05 speed Promethean offspring. That now comes down to 5.9 something. I can't remember exactly what it is because the Promethean had a nerf of 10% move speed. So nerfing 10% and then increasing by 20% is going to be less than just an increase of 10%. That's how percentages work. There is room to increase it back up to normal by giving an extra 2% bonus speed to just the Promethean for the Kronos, but it's a bit of a weird data fix that probably won't get in here. So Kronos is just going to be a little bit upset playing some matchups where he might have been able to dodge a hero's projectile with those Promethean offspring, but now he can't. So it is what it is. But Tar is coming through. It is a 4:30 advance time here for Ulysses, and it looks like he's going to be going for a fast second town center. He's got himself the nice town center back here with, it's only 1 Gariboo. So this is actually not a nice town center in the slightest, as the Oracle heroes will be coming through here. Deconstruction? Magic doesn't know. Magic doesn't know Ulysses is advancing here. So no deconstruction onto the temple. So he's going to get himself that upgrade in as the Oracle's pushing through here. Immediate deconstruction onto the Watchtower. Instead, an interesting decision. This gives Ulysses a lot of gold here, but it does open up his gold mine as the villagers not going for a town center at all. Just going to be going for military units here as Ulysses pushes forward. Magic here trying to pump out those Prometheans and everything else. The big thing here of playing Kronos is that when you go for these strats, the early time shift unfortunately, as much as it feels like it's not this, unfortunately, it's a little bit of a noob trap. It's a little bit of a noob trap to time shift in your military buildings to start the game off. Why? Because it takes around about 20 seconds for a counter barracks to time shift in, which is the same as building a terma. How long does it take to walk across the map? Less than 20 seconds, I'd wager. So you're kind of, you're not really getting everything out quickly here, in my opinion. And now Ulysses is going to be rebuilding his tower. No, he doesn't rebuild the tower. He's just more than happy to sit in this position. This does give Magic some opportunity here to push through and get some value. But Ulysses now targeting down Magic's counter barracks. And we are just seeing mass Terma, which is a bit of a surprise considering we already see the Spearmen and the Slingers coming out. I'm wondering if Magic's going to change away from this into Kyra Ballista anytime soon. But Ulysses obviously completely fine with doing a kind of defensive classical fight here to start the game off. He'll be able to get a second town center later and continue to hunt. He's got all the goats in his main base as well to eat. So he doesn't really have to do much but defend his home gold mine for the time being here. And Magic on the other side here. It looks like Emmy's got a lot of gold in the bank. I mean, food in the bank, not gold, as the military barracks is going to be coming through. Lots of resources not spent at the moment, about to be housed as well, which is not what you want to be. As to me, it looks like Ulysses is going to be able to defend here relatively easily, as Magic has to retreat back. Counter barracks going to be getting taken out here. A little cheeky damage coming onto the Termite. Does snipe that one nicely, as Magic is getting up another mana, looking around the map here, going to be checking for everything. We do see the forward base here going to be getting pulled back home, it seems, as Magic going to be abandoning his rush. In a way, Magic has forced Ulysses into a position that he's going to be happy with. So Ulysses is one town center. He's spamming classical units here. This basically makes Ulysses here is going to run out of gold and be pushing out onto a second gold mine. So there is a world here where Ulysses, with this classical army, so long as Magic takes a good fight here in the future. Oh, good raid coming through at this point here, hitting these villages. Magic not paying attention that well. Ulysses probably should have kept running out on that way, but he's going to take a big amount of damage here from this raid. But instead, Ulysses gets the shifting sands back in. Now Magic has got nothing to worry about in terms of a shifting sand. He will be losing a handful of units here. But Ulysses keeps his villages alive. At this point, going to be retreating back into his main base as the military building is all pulling back for Magic. Magic no second town center just yet, but he does need to get a good fight here or go to the heroic age. So we aren't seeing the heroic age. A big counter to the classical fight of Egyptian is 2 town center semi-fast heroic. In this situation, obviously he doesn't have that semi-fast heroic in his, or his second town center in his back pocket, but maybe going to the heroic age wouldn't be a bad idea, getting access to the Contarius, potentially also getting access to Satyr here in a big way. He has spent a lot of favor on Promethean, so the Satyrs aren't going to come out that big, but he could think about doing that. Alternatively, just Kyra Ballista, really good against the classical army of the Ra, but town center going to come up for Ulysses, playing that one correctly in a way, staying at 78 population, still spamming out slingers for the time being, checking out what's happening here for Magic, and maybe Magic does need to be thinking town centers at this point now that he sees that second town center is up. As the Terma going to check back in onto this position, Ulysses is not in there. And Magic going to be retreating away. So nice attempt there, but good recognition here from Ulysses to just pull his villagers onto a safe position over here, where his army is positioned, has full line of sight to see wherever else any army of Magic is going to come. Now looking into the blackness, into the darkness, trying to find Magic's villages. But Magic is a safe player. He doesn't put his villagers into silly positions. He's got his army nice and close to his villagers over here. So if there's any spearmen that come through, he's going to be able to come around and stop that. Town center is coming up, still searching around on this map for things to kill off here. And Ulysses does still have access to his rain here as well. So he's going to be able to grab that fairly soon. Does he have his upgrade? Yes, he does. He's got Shadoof there, so his farms are going to be very cheap. So we'll be able to pump those out really quickly. Plus, he's on the Aurochs for the time being. They're eating those. As Ulysses pulling back in, just going to sit there defending his hunt for the time being. And Magic, he has to make a decision. Does he push forward? Does he do something else? Loss of wood in the bank for farms, or more military buildings, or more Kyroballots, or even upgrades. We see another military barracks coming down. This sort of thing is really important for Atlantean. This is something Atlantean players miss a lot of the times, is these extra military building timings. Because oftentimes you just hit full population off of 2, and you kind of forget that you're no longer building military units, just banking units up. So you do have to have lots of military buildings there to pump those units out. As Magic tries to push forward here, but Ulysses is going to pull back. He does have his units on the side. Taking this fight is going to be challenging. He does have Valors, but picking those Wadgets off is going to be a difficulty here. He's only got three. Well, he's got all these over here. So he could Valor onto the Termers and try and take out those Wadgets. Could be a way to go. As a third town center coming up for Magic, Ulysses can also go for his own third town center here or a heroic age. But generally speaking, the game plan of Ra just needs to be sit back, wait. You never want to push forward. There's a rain down there for Ulysses as well, as he's got a whole bunch of farms up. We really should do a, guess the ELO based on a player's farm placement here. What are these farms? This is a pro player, ladies and gentlemen. This is a pro player. This is a top player. This is one of the strongest Age of Mythology players in the game. He doesn't care about his farm placement. He just wants to put them down as fast as he possibly can. And it doesn't matter that much. The difference between this farm and this farm is probably 2 food every 20 seconds or so. Maybe. I don't know. Magic pulling back here. Town center just about up now. Magic 3 town centers, a little bit behind on the production. He did take some fights while going for that third town center. Ulysses will probably take this opportunity now to go heroic age and get his third town center as well, because his army is very, very big. Which upgrade is he going? He is going through segments, so no surprises there. As Magic running in with those Hero Mamilo, trying to take the Wadgets down, but like I said, it's going to be really tough to kill those Wadgets off, as you basically need Hero Terma there. The Hero Terma will be able to dodge the slingers as well, so it's not a bad option to make them. But Magic's still pumping out his villages, getting his farms up, eating those goats underneath this town center. I don't think he's got one farm down, counter barracks coming down there as well. Still no armories up just yet.
Joe's.
Segment now in for Ulysses, and we'll see how this is going to go. He gets his Citadel. So one big thing that comes with going for segment is this Citadel. It's like an extra 10 population. So you're getting yourself 170 pop versus 160. It's not enough to tilt the tides of a battle into your favor, but it's enough to give you a slight advantage going into the late game. And what it can translate into is a ton more gold income to spam out those mercenary to give you that win. Now, you don't get any access to any of those really, really nice Hathor upgrades in Magi and Sun-Dried Mudbrick. So town center up over here. Ulysses sees the one caribou. He's like, oh, let's go there. Farm's getting spammed up now by Ulysses. Also putting farms around this Ford town center as well. No care for perfect farm placement here from this Ulysses. That's for sure. Rhea, they've got a choice here for Magic. Going to be able to steal this. Oh, never mind. He's going to kill the Scarab. He could steal a Wadget away, but we'll see what he wants to pick there. as he picks that one off. And Mass Slingers seems like a good unit composition against Atlantean until you realize that Mass Slingers don't do anything. And as soon as you see that, just go Heroic Age, just spam military barracks and spam Contarius. It absolutely wails on this army in a really, really big way. If you get out like 15 Contarius to push in here with, or like full population Contarius, or even like half Contarius, half Murmillo, you can really just destroy this this Ulysses army. It's a little bit of a fake one, especially with those Wadgets there really being the bolster of the damage. Get out some Contarius heroes in that push, and this army melts. Huge advantage to come for Magic if he makes that transition here. As he does drop the market down. The other option is just to drop Implode on the Slingers. That basically ends the Slingers, or doesn't basically, it ends the Slingers' lives in a really, really big way. There's some more military barracks coming up. Market in the corner here, ready to start those llama caravans here. Is Magic going to be pushing forward? Behemoth going to be looking for a little bit of damage here onto that Citadel center. As the army catches this one out, bit of a Wadget steal there, but as we see, immediately erased by the rest of those Wadgets as the hero Murmillo is still trying to push in here. Do we still see Murmillo? Yes, we do. Murmillo are the only unit available to be built by Magic at this point, apparently, as the heavy Murmillo also coming through, and these slingers, and these slingers can also get Slings of the Sun here, which it's not a great upgrade, let's be completely honest, but it does help against those heavy Murmillo. It gives the slingers an extra 30% bonus damage versus those Murmillo here. As Ulysses killed off that Behemoth here really, really quickly. Going to be sending it back in. Osiris is on the way. Behemoth does get a little bit of healing there. Gets one shot off before the Pharaoh does take that one out. As Ulysses now going to hit that Mythic Age really, really shortly. Magic on the front here. Is he going Mythic Age as well? No. Random barracks in the top corner by Ulysses as well. Magic trying to push through with these Behemoths, but Ulysses just very calmly, collectedly holding here. Deconstruction onto the Migdol stronghold as the Behemoth's going to be retreating back. We do see the villager getting spotted here as Magic notices that one. Cheeky little walls up on this position. Palace coming down on that spot there just to defend the gold mine. As Son of Osiris comes in. Son of Osiris with low HP as well. Ulysses is really not taking full effectiveness of his stuff in the slightest here. The Kronos Behemoths outrun villagers now. Maybe. 3.6 versus 3.8. No. Ulysses making a move forward, going to try and get onto this palace here. So all these units are going to get picked off. We'll see if Magic can actually hold here. He's in a bit of a weird position. He's going to get himself Helios. The Vortexes are a big deal. One thing you can do going Rhea and Vortex against Egyptian, especially an Egyptian building siege towers, is to traitor a siege tower away and use that in your Vortex to bring citizens in on that one to get not only an attack onto the town centers. We do see the Behemoths making their way through. We'll be taking down Ulysses' town center. He's not paying attention there. But yeah, trading the siege tower and also putting villagers in there is really big. And Ulysses makes no attempt at defending here. Finally pulling the villagers over here, going to start shanking down these Behemoths, but it's too little too late. Town center is erased. Caraballas are trying to snipe down this Son of Osiris here. They do have some good range to take that one down, but they just don't do that much damage. Those Behemoths have cleaned up the town center. Going to be running away from the villagers here. Can go off to houses in the main base now as well to cause even more problems there. Magic here struggling to produce units, as is always the case with Atlantean economy, is you just can't support your 160 pop losing units as much as your opponent can support those sorts of fights there. And now Magic can transition away from those Chirobalaster into Arcus at this point, and Destroyers, and Ulysses has to do something other than making Slingers here. He is going in with the Axeman. Axeman obviously very, very good as the Behemoth coming back onto this position, and an immediate Vortex coming down here as the villagers will be retreating away. As the army moves back. Siege Tower going to attempt to get some damage in. How did that Hecaganti not get pulled in? Sometimes the bugs in Age of Mythology. Maybe he used it too quickly. He used it too quickly. It takes a couple of seconds for the free myth unit to spawn. So you have to wait on that one for it to come in there, I think. As the main base of Ulysses now under attack. The army coming back. Magic going to be retreating away for the time being here. Trader from Magic onto the Mummy. 4.8 speed Mummy is kind of funny to see, but it's good. As Ulysses' trade route now restarted to 26 gold, or reset to 26 gold because it's moving to the closer town center here. And we do see an immediate Titan gate. This is crazy. Going for a Titan here is absolutely insane because you've got 2 more Vortexes you have to wait for. And Magic's got to know this. Oh, he takes down the monument to the villagers there with this Behemoth as well. Can take out the temple, though one priest does pop out here. Now the villager's going to come back up onto this town center. Magic retreating back. Ulysses here, he's got himself heavy slingers. Is he getting more upgrades for those? No. Behemoth going to take down even more stuff here in the main base. As Ulysses is getting pretty... I mean, he's getting pretty dragged around in this game. There's a Vortex coming back onto this spot here. Going to put a stop to this town center for the second time, but there is now going to be that Titan gate. He's going to have time to get HP up on it, so you can't just a Vortex in and one hit it. So we'll see what Magic has got in store for this. Is he building himself some siege? Yes, he is on this spot here. Siege tower coming in, citizen coming in immediately. As more destroyers coming through here, this palace will not fall here very quickly at all. As the Mummy can't quite get the Wadget kill there. Son of Osiris getting taken down ever so slowly here as well. As I imagine will he drop the Titan gate down? Not just yet, but pulling back here. That Vortex is going to be back up very, very shortly. Magic retreats back. Great control thus far from Magic to push Ulysses off of this spot and keep him off of it. So the Chariot Archer is still searching around for villager kills here, but there's really nothing for him to attack. Look at how defensive Magic is. He's got a palace on all of his gold mines. His home base is maybe a little bit open here, but it's close to a town center. There's really not that much to raid here as the army retreats back. And now Ulysses just has to hold onto Titan Gate until the Vortex is gone, right? Or wall up the entirety of the base. So he does have a wall here. He could wall off here, and then potentially like wall off here and down the bottom, and then put a Titan Gate in the back corner of the map there. Could be a way through. As Ulysses starting to pump out some mercenary to put a stop to this raiding group onto this town center here. We'll see if he can hold as his army out of position. The champion destroyers are going to make their pathway around onto this spot here to try and take out this town center as the mercenary cavalry doing their best to hold, but Hecaganti is also coming through here for Magic. I'd love to see him time shift this one forward as Vortex, not Vortex, but a Trader onto the catapult there. Trying to try and take out the fortified town center as the units pushing in here. One catapult to take out. This is not going to be enough, but with the Hecagantis to take out this spot as well, it might be close to enough. We'll have to wait and see as Magic pulls back on this spot here. Town center is now half HP, but getting repaired back up for the time being. It is an interesting question there. Should you put the fortified town center on the Fort Town Center or on the Home Town Center here? Obviously, this was the one that was taken out, but maybe on the Home Town Center is a little bit more safe. So Ulysses, he's still got that Son of Osiris alive, but those Arcus are going to be poking and prodding the Son of Osiris. The trick is to basically position your Son of Osiris and only attack melee units attacking your own units on the front here. Like attack the Fire Siphon, for example, is an option. As Ulysses is now ready to push in, attacking this one down. He's still holding on to his Titan Gate for the time being here. Citizen gonna get taken out. Oh, Armory coming down as well. Okay, Magic Hold. He's got full population, and he does go for the Titan Gate himself. So he gets a Titan up, and there is kind of no opportunity for Ulysses to get his own up. And Ulysses doesn't have himself shifting sands here. So an interesting spot here for Magic to be in. Or for Ulysses to be in, actually. Now, Ulysses, he can defend against the Titan fairly easily with just mass priest. That can work. Is the Fire Siphon going to get taken down here as well? Magic falls back. Titan Gate now coming down. I don't know if this is going to work. This Fire Siphon is quick. And we do see the Vortex coming in to take this one out. Magic knows exactly what he's trying to do here. As he pushes through, Titan Gate is gone. Very, very quickly here with those 4 Fire Siphons and everything else. No Titan Gate remaining. Beautiful play here for from Magic, but he's still got a mountain to climb here. He's still got a mountain to climb. Ulysses is obviously going to come back, clean this one up. Titan Gate still on the way, but this is meaning Magic's economy. He's got 3 villagers on food, 5 on wood, 3 on gold. He's going to pull back to his own Titan Gate here and try and hold on that spot and see if that's going to be enough for him to push out here. But the thing is, I imagine Ulysses' economy is going to be gigantic. Yeah, he's got the market. He's got the Pharaoh on it. I mean, the Pharaoh's getting picked off here. As the market's getting taken out, Ulysses not paying attention on that one. Missed that one for the time being. But the Pharaoh will be able to pick off this champion Mamilla and might even be able to pick off the Fire Siphon as well there. So he's just doing 1 damage a shot. Yes, he is. So the Fire Siphon gets cleaned up. Market stays alive. Pharaoh back onto the market there. As the units pushing forward here. Ulysses has got his sights set on killing this Titan Gate. I mean, he might be able to make it happen here. Because, like we said, Magic just doesn't have any production. He's got all of his villagers on this Titan Gate. He's got a handful of llama caravans here. Big bash from the Giganti comes in as now Magic here. He has to defend on this spot with very few amounts of resources. We'll see if he can manage to do it. Titan Gate getting very, very close to going up. No catapults here to stop it in its tracks. I don't see the Son of Osiris here either, as it's finally starting to walk forward to try and deal with this Giganti force here. But it looks like Titan is up for Magic. He gets it out, and now Magic has got to make the Titan. He's got to make the Titan do what the Titan needs to do here. And that's carry the game. Kill off the Citadel Center to level the population, get his economy into gear, and start utilizing his Kronos abilities here to win this game. Ulysses, on the other hand, kind of just needs to pump out priests. He's got a whole bunch of these, making some mummies for some reason. I'm not sure what that's for. Walls coming up over here. Siege towers coming through to put some pressure onto this town center. There's the Titan wandering forward here. Going to take out this position here as more siege towers in. Siege towers aren't actually as good as you would think. Yes, the Titan has only got 89% crush armor, but the difference between a siege tower and a Heliopolis is that the Heliopolis is doing 2 types of damage, pierce and crush. So that means they're dealing 2 DPS at the very bare minimum. Whereas the Siege Tower, not quite as much. Is the Titan going to immediately rush for this town center over here? We see Magic pushing around the corner here, going to be looking to take down these temples, potentially push in and take out the market there as well. As immediately going after houses. A nice start here for Magic's Titan. As the town center getting targeted down on this spot by the Siege Tower. Ulysses, he doesn't need to worry too much about the Titan, in all honesty. And Magic does know first place to go is this one. Wait, what is this? Is this sped up? No. I thought maybe Kronos' bonus gives plus 20% movement speed. Maybe the Kronos Titan moves at 20% speed faster, but not the case. As the town center going to start getting torn down here. And that will put a stop to the trade of Ulysses. And not only that, Magic also kills the market on this spot as well. But now he has to leave this and move around. This Son of Osiris still being alive is a little bit crazy. We'll see if Magic is going to notice it as he brings his Titan back in. Yes, he does. That's going to be a dead Son of Osiris there as Ulysses works it out a little bit too late. It's going to keep that Titan alive for a little bit longer as the Gigantes now targeting down this town center here. And we will be seeing an attempt to defend this spot by Magic. Magic at this point here doesn't really have any resources. His trade route isn't set up in a beautiful place, so he's not got a perfect amount of trade coming through, just 68 gold. As we see some citizens sneaking around the side here, going to be putting pressure onto this spot. As the Titan now taking down the main base again. The houses going down. And go after this town center here as well. But the mummies are out. The town center here, the fortified citadel, does live another day. And Magic also missing a house here. I think he is getting that one back up though, nice and quickly. As the hometown center will get taken down. Ulysses still wanted to go in with these siege towers, but I wonder if this is the right play. 3 population, so you could have 4 priests, maybe 5 priests out here onto this one. Not sure. I'm not sure what's the best option here, but the priests move a little faster than the siege tower as well. But the town center ends up going down. Town center back up here has been finished. Magic still holding on, trying to hold on to this location here as Ulysses putting the pressure everywhere. These 3 citizens are very, very scary. Maybe worse farm positioning does better against the Titan. True. True. That's the reason. And now Magic going to come back up onto this spot, doing the old standard, kill this town center, kill this town center, over and over and over again. I'd love to see him kill off the fortified town center though. That is or fortified citadel, I should say. That is a big, important one over there. I guess the siege towers are shooting 3 arrows. So maybe they are doing more damage than the priest would be doing. Who knows? Someone do the math for me quickly. What does more damage in terms of population? So do 2 siege towers, 3 priests versus a Titan. Obviously priests in the mythic age. With how many upgrades does he have right now? With full iron upgrades. Quick! Oh, our priests feel terrible. No, not mathematical at all. We could probably work it out. Where's the priest? Find me a priest. There's one. 4.8 times 800 divided by 94, or times by 0.94. I can't do that math in my head. Someone do that math for me. What's 5 times 9? 40. Wait, 45? something like 45 damage, and then you got to take off, times that by 0.94. 45 times 0.94. And you have to do the same for those. Okay, well, that's too much math. All right. Magic. Killing off the big dog stronghold. Trying to deal with all these siege towers. Only building catapulties. Catapulties are a great counter to this because they're doing 150% bonus damage versus these siege towers, which is a lot. It is 3 damage a shot at 85 crush. No, that's not right. Maybe it is. I'm not sure if the damage coming out of the arrows here from the siege towers is quite right. It might just be doing 1 damage a second from those arrows, not 85 crush. I don't know. The catapulties did. Yeah, you can't just mass siege towers against catapulties. Catapulties are a great counter here. But Magic's got to be really, really careful to switch away from this. As the Titan now finally making its way through, we'll take out this. More towers are up for Ulysses at the moment as he's trying desperately to just dwindle down this Titan of Magic. As the priests do come in. The priests are only marginally faster than the siege towers as well. The villagers joining in as well. It's going to be a lot of damage onto the Titan, but picking off this Citadel Center is going to be worth it, I think. Because this is all the advantage from coming through segment. You've got a couple of really strong siege upgrades, which these guys do have if you're getting that Ram of the West Wind. But it looks like the Citadel Center will no longer be long for this world as it gets taken out. The Titan has lost a lot of HP for that move there as the villagers all getting picked off here. Magic is now getting powers set up and he's ready to bring this game into the late game now. If you're not aware, Magic is one of, if not the best, deathmatch player out there. There's a couple of people to fight him for that crown with Nakamura and Chesophilis, or as we better know him, Yoshi. But Magic has always been at the top there when he plays those sorts of games. As we do see side palaces now coming up. Titan going to be swinging around to a different position. Getting himself palaces set up in the middle as well, as Ulysses is probably feeling like he's okay now, but Magic, has he gotten even any more trades set up is the question. Not really. He hasn't fixed up this market either. Easy way to fix it up would be to just get a market just build a market here with one of these villages and then just time shift it into the corner, or send a llama caravan into the corner there to get line of sight. As the town center gets taken out on this spot, Pharaoh Priests cleaning this one up. It's still alive, so still getting some good damage done. Ulysses, though, I mean, he's actually struggling for resources here in a big way. As the siege tower is now pushing forward onto this spot here, Ulysses can't pump out his he can't pump out these mercenaries. He can only build 1 mercenary cavalry here. He could hit auto queue with the hopes of building more. He is in fact building more, but Ulysses should be able to defend for this moment here, but it's going to be towers getting put up on this front here as the Titan going to be taking out the towns, the market over there. Nice. So that's going to put a stop to any sort of help on this front here. And now Magic gets this really, really small timing, losing his Titan here to push in onto this town center. We'll see if he's going to be able to make that happen, or if Ulysses is going to be able to get back up over here. No market getting thrown up just yet. Lots of idle caravans coming through onto this position as the fire siphon still moving forward here. Ulysses is at 130 pop at the moment here. Magic's at 160 full resources, lots of resources in the bank. Palace up on this spot so he can also push forward here with some more fire siphons there. As Magic is moving Ulysses every which way in this game. He's also on this spot here putting some towers up, getting ready there as well. As more towers on this position, the forward town center of Ulysses will end up falling here. As Ulysses is in a very, very challenging position right now. 120 population. His trade route has been cleaned up. He does get his market up, so his trade is starting, so he will get some gold back in. Even if Magic can control this, he's still got to continue pushing Ulysses around in this game in terms of the trade. More towers are up, which means difficulty for Ulysses to continue here spamming Mercenary. Magic does have resources to get himself the guard towers, which he does have now. And we do see a market in the corner of the map here to rejig that trade route and get himself a little bit more stuff as the siege towers coming through, trying to put a stop to this. Magic coming in. He's got Ulysses coming in with his priests and Pharaoh trying to hold here. As the house is getting cleaned up. Villagers coming through here. Villagers sneaking forward onto this spot here as Magic not paying attention. There are some ballista towers here to take out those citizens as Magic does manage to keep his citizen alive. No, he doesn't. Oh, 3 HP and a dream. This citizen has 3 HP and a dream. A couple of units sneaking onto this position. Magic can now start getting himself those time shifts, those annoying time shifts onto the back of the base here. Find where the trade route is moving forward through. It looks like it's going from obviously here to here, and then put a cheeky little palace down right here. Palace onto this spot, harassing the camel caravans while pushing forward here. Lots and lots of towers coming up on this front here. Hecagigantes still coming in here as well. There's more towers coming up on this spot. Fire Siphon cleaning everything up here as well. So Hecagigantes gets taken down so quickly by these priests. It's a unit you can't send into enemy units. You only want to use it on buildings is the basic premise of that unit. It does so much damage. But any unit kills it off so quickly, so you just want to harass other things. Maybe like a time-shifted temple down the bottom to make some Hecagigantes and go after the main town center would be a decent option here, as Siege Tower's still trying to push through here. Now finally Ulysses moving away from them, making some catapults here as well. As he's desperately trying to get those villagers back up and pushing back through this location here. Arca's doing their best effort to hold here, but Siege Towers are very, very good against the Arcas. Another option here for Magic would be to heroize his citizen on the front. This gives them more survivability on the front. Yes, it costs a little bit more population maybe. I'm not 100% sure if it costs 4 population or not. And it does cost resources, but he got the resources and he wants the villagers to have that survivability. Hero citizen get access to the armor that you have unlocked in the game or researched in the game. So now Magic can grab this town center here as well, as he's basically secured this location. But there are going to be catapults popping out here, so he's got to clean up these 2 siege works here to get the town center fully completed is the big thing. It's now Mercenary are going to be coming in. We do see the palace is being taken out over here. As Magic going to clean up this catapult, get another tower started, and get this town center up. One thing you could do is just bring a whole bunch of citizens over. Lots and lots of resources in the bank for the moment. Or you can always take villagers off of resources and put them back on at any moment. It's kind of the beauty of Atlanta. You don't have to think too much about it. But if you got a whole bunch of resources in the bank, just send them forward, build some towers, all good. As another palace up onto this spot, cheeky little harass onto these villagers here. I think Ulysses is struggling for villagers here, so raiding villagers at this point is going to be a big, big help as the mummy comes through. Going to help taking out some of these Hecagigantes that Ulysses is, or that Magic is building. Ulysses still trying to get this catapult out of this siege works, but 0% is a tough spot to be in. There's the market down on the bottom spot here. This is going to help Ulysses a ton here. These trade caravans have got very, very few amounts of gold in them at 22. As we see a cheeky little scout through from Magic looking for exactly where he needs to attack. Town center is almost up for Ulysses at the halfway point here, but the catapult is close as the Murmillo gets pulled off it. One catapult will pop out of here and stop this town center in its tracks. Will Magic notice it? Pulls the Gigantes away. 90% through. He comes in and he just barely stops it. Barely stops it. And that should mean the Magic is going to be able to get this town center up. Palace is starting to time shift in. The late game Kronos has hit. Lots of resources in the bank. So these palaces, these towers can continue to come in. You can pump towers up in the main base. Time shift them forward is a completely valid way of doing that as well if you really want to. As he sees the trade route coming through. These caravans still haven't quite gotten their resources in as... What has this one got? 80 gold is coming through, but with the palace now time shifting onto this position, some Mamilo coming through to try and take out these villages. Does Magic have architects? Yes, he does. Going to attempt to repair this one back up, but too little too late on that spot there as the villagers manage to deal with that. These are going to be Skin of the Rhino villages as well to take out this spot here. There's more towers coming up over here. And we'll see if Magic can somehow push Ulysses out of this game, or if Ulysses is going to be able to hold here. Looks like the palace doesn't have itself boiling oil here in this game either, so those villagers are going to be able to shank it down for basically free here. Another option would be to time shift towers in as well. As we see some fire siphons attempting to push in onto the main base. Lots of these baluster towers still remaining here as well. But now Magic is 180 population. He's got the full population there as well. Still going for those time shifts here as well as the guard tower comes in. With these siege works blocking this position here, the camel caravans are actually not going to move past this. And Magic just going to continue to push forward with those. As the fire siphons will break down these baluster towers and everything else here. But now Magic says, all right, time to go for the main town center. As he pushes forward, is Ulysses going to notice this? He has not noticed it just yet. 4 fire siphons. Now he brings the villagers back. Should be able to clean up those fire siphons relatively quickly, but this will allow Magic through onto this spot here as well. As Magic knows that if you attack in one spot, just one spot, you don't get a whole lot done. But if you attack in many different spots, you get a lot done. So house is getting cleaned up here. Camelry getting cleaned up. Camel caravans idle. And Ulysses taps out with Magic just about to start a wonder here in this game, knowing that, look, if I can't actually clean him up, I will be able to win with a wonder. What a game here by Magic. I don't know how he managed to win this one. Ulysses was 3 town centers. I think Ulysses clicking the Titan here was probably, the Titan gate was probably the mistake. Because all he has to do is kill off the enemy Titan and then put the Titan gate down, and there's very little the Atlantean player can do to kill that off. Obviously, Magic could have held Vortex for the entirety of the game as well as an option, but that threat would have been much, much bigger than just using it. But really, really nice usage of the Titan here from Magic. Great uses of the Vortex. Great usage of these time-shifted palaces coming in to cause problems throughout the late game here. And just controlling Ulysses, pushing corners. Ulysses just wasn't able to get all the walls down to defend himself. And Magic finds the win. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.